It seems like every day something changes. And that's a stupid thing to say because, yeah, every day something changes. And especially the player count of Ghosts of Tabor. So let's check the Steam DB of Ghosts of Tabor, Contractor Showdown, and then the Ghosts of Tabor statistics. So Contractor Showdown actually doesn't have the same thing as Ghosts of Tabor. It only checks the Steam counts for contractors. So let's check the Ghosts of Tabor Steam charts. Right now, there are 97 people playing this game on Steam. 97 total. The all-time peak was 2.2 years ago, and that was over 1,000 people, just barely. The 24-hour peak for this game was 148. So let's do max. And this is just the peaks of the game, basically. It's not really... It's gradually getting lower and lower and lower. It's like no one cares about this game. And to be honest, I don't care about this game, actually. Not anymore. I wasted too much time on it, and I hate myself for doing that. So let's check Contractor Showdown. Right now, there are 386 people in game, and the 24-hour peak is 426. So, personally, I actually thought this game was falling off. This was around the release of Showdown, and then right here is when Exfil Zone released. Everyone was buying this shit when Exfil Zone released, because they wanted to try it. They wanted to try something else other than Tabor, and it was better than Tabor. So, this is around the first wipe of Exfil Zone. Player count started dropping, but it was still pretty high, And then the G3 Resort wipe came around, the second wipe of the game. 600 people, flat, just playing this shit. Fucking peak. And then, player count started dropping. Gunsmith wipe came, 505 people. It's like, it's whatever. This, people change, they do their own things. Then there was a lot of duping exploits, and a lot of people stopped playing the game. They were pissed at it. So right here is where the game started falling off. And at this point, I was convinced that the game was actually done for. I was convinced that it was gone, it was done for. Ghost of Tabor was just going to stay around because of all the idiots who still play it. But then something weird happened. They got rid of all the duping exploits this Christmas wipe, and they just fixed the game and made it better with new AI. They added PvE and this, and that. And now there's been a 500 player peak. And right now, there's the 24-hour peak is 426, and there's 386 players right now. And, obviously you can assume that half of these guys are in PvE, and it could honestly be the same for Ghost of Tabor. There could only be 37 guys playing PvP right now on Steam only. But, that only begs the question, of course, not everyone plays on Steam. Everyone either has a Pico, a PlayStation, or a fucking Quest. The thing about contractors is that they don't have a Pico port or a PSVR port. So the total players for Ghost of Tabor is around 2,000 right now, and I'm just going to have to assume this, guesstimate this. I'm thinking that people who play on Quest are playing... There's at least 3,000 people playing on Quest right now. I'd have to assume, just for all the people switching over. But I do understand that a lot of the people who play on Quests are kids, and shocker, kids don't have good opinions, so that's why they play games like Ghost of Tabor. So as you can see, Quest is the main leader of players. Holy shit, that is a lot of people. And 5 people in Pico, that's actually funny, bro. That's actually hilarious. But yeah, that's the total player count of Ghost of Tabor. Majority of it's on Quest, because not a lot of people have PCs, or they're just children. If you're a child, you go play Gorilla Tag or some shit, I fucking hate you. I don't want to see you in a PvP, PvE game, so fuck off. But yeah, that's basically it. Also, I just want to show you how many hours I've put in the game, unfortunately. I've put in... So, there is this Ghost of Tabor YouTuber, his name is Scumbag Tony, and he just made a YouTube video called Goodbye Ghosts of Tabor. And that means he's going to leave the game, and he's not going to play it, probably ever again. And I respect him for that. This game is utter dog shit. He did make some good videos, got a lot of good views, but still, it's content on a dog shit game. So let's take a look at Timeless VR. He was one of Ghost of Tabor's most astound fucking YouTube creators ever. And he's also one of the biggest VR creators out there too. Close to Habby 417, or whatever the fuck his name is. Anyways, he's completely playing different games than Ghost of Tabor now. He barely plays Ghost of Tabor. Yeah, this was his last Ghost of Tabor video. But look how many videos he's made. Oh no, this was the last one. Look how many videos he's made since then. Like he's been playing Exfil Zone, Forefront, fucking Beyond Slopbox. That shit's ass, by the way. Um, he's been playing all that, and especially Tanvarian. Tanvarian is another, Ghost of Tabor YouTuber. He also switched. He switched from Ghost of Tabor to Exfil Zone a really long time ago, and the reason being is because Ghost of Tabor is just like ass. It just is, and especially with this recent wipe that they've had for Ghost of Tabor, it's been bad. So all they've added for Ghost of Tabor, I'm gonna put some random images up here because I'm too lazy to actually look it up. All they did for Ghost of Tabor is that they added a 9x19 SMG that no one's going to use because 9x19 isn't strong enough in that game. A 5.56 gun that no one's going to use because 5.56 isn't strong enough in that game. And a ballistics mask, which doesn't really matter. It doesn't. Not to mention the game has literally still has groundbreaking, game-breaking bugs in it since the release. And this is coming from someone who started playing in May of 2024. Trust me, it's been bad. I'm not exactly OG. I started playing around the midlife of this game. And I was like one of the first people to play Exfil Zone. I love Exfil Zone in every single way possible. Exfil Zone is very fun, and it's very balanced. A little bit too balanced, but it's 800 hours. And I played on Quest originally, and then I switched to PC around the G3 wipe when they added Resort. So that's how many hours I put into this shit. And then Ghost of Tabor, I put, 351. I regret every single one of those hours. I regret that every single time. I regret buying this game, honestly. I should have just kept it on my Quest, played it a little bit, and just fucking did not care about it. But yeah, Exfil Zone is just truly better in every single way.